My mother's cornfield now looks like a battlefield, torn up soil, deep gouges everywhere. The wild boars have returned after harvest season, rooting for the last few ears left behind. This morning, we set out, not just to hunt, but to reclaim peace for this land. Will we succeed? Let's find out. Our strategy is built on understanding their instincts. After harvest, the boars grow wary, hiding deep in the brush or at the forest edge during the day. We'll push them out, force them into open ground we've already chosen. The pickup truck drops us off at the rally point. Boots grip the damp soil. Radios crackle. Rifles are checked and ready. Each of us takes our position, forming an invisible pincer. I take my position, eyes sweeping across the open field. Suddenly, from the tree lean, a dark shadow bursts out. It has no idea it's running straight into the kill zone. I track it through my scope, reading every stride, every heartbeat. Then, the perfect moment. Boom! The beast flips over, crashing into stillness. That first shot isn't just an end, it's a declaration. From this moment on, this land will know peace again. All around me, sharp, echoing reports ring out, each one marking another threat brought down by my brothers in arms. The drive continues. Another boar, panicked and desperate, bolts straight toward my position, unknowingly charging into a perfect trap. I stay still, calm, patient. Timing is everything. Closer. Closer. I squeeze the trigger. The bullet tears through the air, hits home, and the beast folds into the dirt. The sun climbs higher, heat rippling across the field. We shift to more open terrain. It's the time of day when boars retreat into the thick brush for shade. Knowing that, we send the hounds in. They crash through the undergrowth, flushing the boars straight toward my position. I steady my breath. My world narrows to a single line of sight. The target bursts into view, and the rifle roars. One clean shot. Perfect hit. Every bullet we fire brings the farmers one step closer to safety. "30 minutes later, word comes through, a boar is moving my way. I shift quickly to intercept. There it is, struggling to find a way out. I lock on. A gentle squeeze of the trigger ends its wild run in absolute silence. Across the field, my teammates' shots echo, more threats fall, one after another. By late afternoon, the light softens. We change tactics. The surviving boars are cunning. They'll try to slip away along the same old trails they've run 100 times. The narrow trail where I'm waiting. A shadow flashes across the gap, and the rifle speaks once more. One shot, one clean end. We return to the cornfield for a final sweep. Just when we think it's over, The hounds flush out one last boar, charging wildly through open ground. It's a gift of fate. I bring it into my sights, hold my breath, then pull the trigger. When the final beast falls, the hunt is done.
Yo.
The Toyota Land Cruiser rolls off the field carrying our trophies and leaving peace behind. The land is safe again, and our hearts are full. Where should our next wild boar hunt take us? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Lately, the southern hillside area has been plagued by wild boars. Entire fields of newly planted corn and sweet potatoes were destroyed overnight, leaving villagers worried and frustrated. Faced with this situation, we decided to launch a hunt, not only to protect the crops, but also to control the growing boar population. Upon reaching mid-slope, the scene was harsh. Rugged rocks, thick brush, and cold morning winds cutting through the silence. Yet within that stillness, we could sense the wild boars lurking nearby. The confrontation was about to begin. About 10 minutes deeper into the hillside, clear signs of the herd appeared. We immediately deployed our plan. One group pressed in from the south, while the other circled north to block their escape. The entire herd burst out, shaking the hillside as they charged. But instead of chaos, we kept calm, aimed at the lead targets, and opened fire. One fell, then another, then more. Thanks to discipline and teamwork, the first strike was a success. A perfect start. But for those that fled, survival was no longer an option. We quickly tightened formation and went all in on the pursuit. Within moments, they picked up the trail. There it was, no chance. I rushed forward, locked onto the target, and pulled the trigger at just the right moment. Swift, decisive, fatal. That was the end of the beast. With this area secured, we pushed further in. Suddenly, a teammate shouted, "North, 3 o'clock." Through the bare trees, a boar dashed, desperate to escape. The distance was long, visibility poor. I calculated its path, anticipated the right spot, and fired. The bullet struck true, clean and precise. Another target down. While one group gathered the spoils, our leader gave the order, "Find the rest." Barely 10 minutes later, I spotted a shadow cutting through the underbrush. My teammate fired a first shot deliberately wide, forcing the beast into open ground. Exactly as planned, it darted straight into a trap. His second shot landed perfectly, blocking its escape. The boar dropped instantly. Another giant shadow tore out from the dense brush. This one was sly, weaving and dodging with remarkable speed, escaping by inches. Were we about to let it slip away? "Chase it," my teammate roared. He lunged forward, with the hounds surging in again, their barking echoing across the slope. In seconds, they closed in, forcing the boar into a reckless charge toward the hunters. In that split second, a bullet tore out of the barrel, striking deep. The beast collapsed mid-charge, one heartbeat slower, and it might have rammed straight through us. By now, some teammates were visibly tired, so we decided to head back along a narrow trail. But then, the sudden rustle from below the cliff froze us. A massive, dark figure exploded out, charging headlong at him with furious force. Without hesitation, he fired round after round. The bullets struck home. Wounded critically, the beast staggered, then veered off in desperation, crashing into the brush in a final bid for survival. To be sure it was finished, he followed its trail a short distance back into the hillside. As expected, it lay motionless. See, hunting wild boars is no easy task. One moment of hesitation, one slip in focus, and you cease to be the hunter. You become the prey. In the end, we completed our mission, eliminating the threat to local crops and livelihoods. The entire hunt was conducted within the designated area, fully in line with hunting regulations. This journey has ended, but tougher, more thrilling challenges surely lie ahead. At the foot of the Alberas Hills, the village of Alberobielo still seemed to slumber peacefully in the early morning light. But when we looked at the fertile fields ravaged and destroyed, we knew something terrible had happened. According to Joss, the village chief, the culprits this time were once again massive wild boars, each weighing hundreds of kilos and dangerously aggressive. There was no time to hesitate. Our hunting team immediately gathered our gear and set out, determined to track down these beasts and restore peace to this quiet land. But would we succeed? Follow us and see for yourself. We began our journey from the top of the hill, where the wind howled through every crevice of stone. Suddenly, a faint rustle from the far slope jolted me into full alert. The moment my eyes caught sight of a hefty boar feeding near its hiding place, I wasted no time. I squeezed the trigger. A single gunshot echoed. The beast collapsed instantly, never even able to resist. The target was swiftly neutralized by our hunting team, men forged through countless trials and dangers even harsher than this. It was a promising start, but we all knew tougher challenges still awaited ahead. We followed the ridgeline, moving down into the valley to climb the higher hill beyond. Just as we reached the basin between the two slopes, Mark suddenly raised his hand. Stop. Ahead of us, a group of wild boars was foraging beneath the low branches. I crouched down instantly, raising my rifle in the direction Mark pointed. A slight nod from him. I understood. I pulled the trigger. The bullet tore through the lead boar. It collapsed on the spot, sending shockwaves through the herd. The rest scattered in panic into the woods. Our team pressed forward, and a few more targets fell soon after. We reached another hillside where the sparse trees gave us a wide field of view. Out of nowhere, a boar darted at full speed across the field below. Without hesitation, I steadied my breath, raised the rifle, and fired. The bullet struck home. The beast staggered a few steps before collapsing. We had barely rested for a few minutes when an alert came in. A boar was wandering up from the foot of the hill, following a narrow trail upward. We couldn't let it get any farther. The hounds flushed it out in no time. Seizing the perfect moment, I raised my rifle and fired decisively. A sharp crack echoed. The boar froze, staggered a few steps, then collapsed on the slope. The rifle barrel hadn't even cooled when suddenly the hounds erupted in furious barking on the opposite slope. I spun around. No mistake, they had found the biggest target, the alpha. Without delay, the team fell into formation as planned. I held the intercept position while John closed in from the flank. The hillside seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the decisive moment. As soon as the beast broke from the brush, David fired. A thunderous shot, unstoppable in its force. The giant boar toppled, instantly lifeless on the grass. By late afternoon, just as we thought the hunt was over, a sudden movement on the hillside caught my eye. Through the scope, I spotted a dark figure creeping through dry grass, sneaking along the trail villagers often take to their fields. We couldn't allow it to go any farther. I pulled the trigger. Boom. One shot swift and decisive. The beast crumpled into the weeds, ending the chase that had lasted all day. If you're not a real hunter, never dare stand in the path of these creatures. Before you even catch your breath, you could become prey yourself. Our Range Rover, loaded with today's trophies, rolled off the windy slope and down the familiar trail. Inside, each of us carried a quiet satisfaction. We may sacrifice sleep, strength, even our safety, just so the villagers can sow their crops in peace.
Under the scorching sun of New South Wales, Tom arrives at Aunt Selena's small house for a rest, only to find himself swept up in an unexpected wild boar hunt. Here, wild boars are not just a danger to humans and livestock but also the #1 enemy of the fertile fields. So, alongside Aunt Selena's neighbors, he joins a thrilling hunting expedition to protect the crops for the local farmers. At the crack of dawn, Tom hops into the truck with local farmers, heading straight for the fields. Early morning is when the wild boars wreak the most havoc. Right away, they drive after the boars, which scatter in a frenzy. With the help of a pack of skilled hunting dogs, no boar can escape. From the sorghum field, a dog caught a wild boar, causing it to let out piercing squeals. This field had been the most heavily ravaged by wild boars, with large swathes of sorghum flattened, resulting in immense losses. Not stopping there, the vehicle continued toward a field being tilled. The farmers here said their planting season was about to begin, so the wild boar population needed to be quickly reduced, otherwise, farming would be extremely challenging. darting past him. Immediately, he and his dogs gave chase. At a suitable distance, he finally took the shot. A perfect hit, the boar was brought down instantly. While searching, Tom spotted a black wild boar darting past him. Immediately, he and his dogs gave chase. At a suitable distance, he finally took the shot. A perfect hit, the boar was brought down instantly. The hunt for wild boars continues, as many are still hiding in these fields. Noticing the dogs chasing a boar, Tom quickly accelerates to follow. Fantastic! The dogs have caught another wild boar. The boars here aren't too large, weighing around 15 to 20 kg with mottled fur, yet they're remarkably agile. The group is thrilled, and amid the sounds of the boars, they eagerly cheer on the dogs. Right after, the team pursues more boars. The noises from the boar herd, mixed with the dogs barking, heighten the excitement in the air. Under the blazing sun, the farmers' determination doesn't waver. They strive to capture as many boars as possible. Afterward, they continue tracking other boar herds. However, it takes quite a while to spot them again. From a distance, the boars hear the commotion and start to flee. The dogs relentlessly scour the bushes and grassy patches. Eventually, they discover the dogs have caught a small, mottled boar. From the fields to the bushes and tall grass, the pack of dogs operated at full capacity, relentlessly catching wild boars without tiring. Truly, in this area, the dogs were the ultimate weapons in helping eliminate the wild boars. After taking down a good number of wild boars, the group decided to head home to rest and prepare for future hunts. They knew the wild boars would continue to breed and cause more damage. This posed a significant challenge for farmers and the government in finding sustainable solutions to control the wild boar population.